All right. So Anna and I went to China, and Anna's family, most of her family lives in China. And so my mother-in-law has actually been sharing the gospel with them for about 10 years. However, she didn't learn about the gospel of grace and a believer's authority until about 4 or 5 years ago. And she hadn't been to China to share that new way, right? We grew up, and she grew like in her faith with the understanding that, my back, it's because God's wanting me to learn something from this suffering, right? She didn't know that that wasn't from God at that moment. And so now that with this new refreshed perspective, she goes to China with knowing like those types of things, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So she brought that to China. And there is so much power that comes from that by the time Anna and I got to China, 2 of her family members had already accepted Christ, right? Amen. It was amazing because her great uncle, or Anna's great uncle, was on fire for Jesus. Like he went, and he's not that well off, but he went and bought silk clothing just so he could get baptized in it. And also Anna's cousin and once removed, I think, also he's 8. I think he's 8, right? He also accepted Christ, and we got to baptize them in this really dark bathroom. And about 24 hours later, Anna's great uncle, we didn't know about this at the time because we were in Shanghai and he was still back in Luoyang. And 24 hours later, he started to experience symptoms. These symptoms were complete darkness in one of the right eye. So he went to the doctor. Doctor diagnosed him with macular degeneration and a nerve damage on that eye. And there was requesting emergency surgery to be able to fix that, to reverse what was going on. And Anna's great uncle was like, no, I'm gonna go and pray. My God's gonna fix this. And so he's like, are you sure? Like, we'll give you medications. He's like, no medications. Like, my God's gonna fix this. He was literally like 3 weeks old as a Christian, and he's already having this great faith. And so he called us, and we were praying, and and asked us to pray in agreement. And guess what happened? We spoke to that eye, and that eye got healed. Amen, right? So we know. A couple days later, we're sharing this testimony in Shanghai with all of Anna's other side of family, who's even more Buddhist. And one of the Anna's great uncles, kept on asking, like, are you serious? Are you for real? Like, there's no way, right? Like, Anna's mom's testimony of getting out of the hospital, breaking multiple bones in 5 days, and being able to walk. She's like, no way, 4 days? Really? 4 days? No, that's not possible. And so we shared a testimony about the eye, and that same uncle that was like, couldn't believe his eyes, figuratively, literally, was like, I've had macular degeneration in my left eye for multiple years. Like, I can really only see a little pinpoint out of my eye. I can't see anything. Everything's dark. And we're like, let's invite Jesus into this space, and we're going to pray for that. And so we did. Of course, guess what happened? In front of all of Anna's Buddhist family. And all of them we have video footage. They were all like, ha, they're going hysterical, like, no way. And we prayed for the details. I mean, it was very incremental. And by the end of it, he went from having pinpoint vision to being able to clearly see people's faces. Amen, right? So I know. I've seen the time. One thing I did want to share, there's too much that happened that we wanted to share about, but I know Anna's bringing up a powerful message. So the word testimony, in Hebrew it means eduth. And that means to do it again with the same power and authority, okay? So when Anna and I and her mother-in-law are sharing our testimony, that's inviting God into the same space, into that space, to do it again what he did for us. So in that same vein, we want to share that with you, that your testimony has so much power and so much authority. Whenever you speak it, you can expect God to move, right? Okay.
I just want to add on, all the things we saw, it happened in China, but it's not just happening in China, right? Because when do those things happen? It's when people who believe. So Life Share Church, I want to encourage you, we are those people, right? That's going to happen wherever we go. It may be China, it may be here in the church, it may be out in San Antonio, wherever we go. That is what will follow. And I just want to say one last verse, John 14:12. Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I'm going to the Father. And that is Jesus telling us. So I want to encourage you, everyone who knows Jesus, you have the fullness of him in you. You have the finished work of him that he already accomplished in you. So step out in faith, step out in confidence, and believe that those things are going to happen, because it's promised. Yeah.
So last thing, I know. She came with the punchline. This great uncle actually got saved the day after we got back from our trip. And then all of the other Buddhist family are like, okay, give me the resources. We're gonna like investigate. So, yeah. But yeah, Jesus has overcome this world. So anything that you are struggling with in this world, just remember that Jesus has already conquered that for you. It's finished on the cross, okay?